This year, for the second year, the Youth Conservation Corps has been here, and let me tell you, when Linton and I have talked about this, when I arrived the first day to meet them, the pathway that you're going to walk, I hope, it was a jungle. I mean, it was a wall of vegetation, and it was, what, 95 degrees? I mean, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I came back, I think it was 2 days later, and you could walk to the pond. It was extraordinary. It is extraordinary the work that they have done. So I'm going to ask Cedric to introduce yourself and either let them introduce themselves. Or...
My second year on the job. Go with Bishop Connolly.
I'm Stefan Calise, my first year on the job.
I'm Emily Brown, and this is my first year, and I'm from Dartmouth. I'm Eva Thompson. This is my first year too, and I'm from Seacott.
My name's Andrew Brider-Wu, and I'm from Seacott.
My name's Ashley Cooper, and I'm from Westport.
I'm Andre Ferrer, I'm from Fall River. Christopher Bria, I'm from Fall River.
I'm Jonathan Parrish, and I'm from Fall River.
The idea behind the Youth Conservation Corps is to provide meaningful work for young people to get involved in conservation and contributing to their communities. And I think this project is a great example of that. Giving them a summer job, working out in a place like this, getting fresh air, and also really creating something that's going to benefit their community over the long term. And so these guys, this is one of 4 different crews that we run around the South Coast, and they spend a lot of their time working for the water department out in the bioreserve in the Watuppa Reservation. They've been working here. They've been working at the tree farm down on Bay Street. So they've really gotten a good taste of a lot of different types of work, working in the city, working out in the forest, and I know it's been a great experience for them, and this has been probably their favorite project of the whole summer. So even though the challenging nature of the work, I think, is actually what they liked about it, that you really, when you challenge yourself, that's where you really get a sense of accomplishment, when you accomplish what you set out to do. So
A couple of things I think we can all agree on is that we all like is that we feel like the work that we do has a purpose, that we're doing this, the fact that hopefully people in the community and the youth will be able to enjoy this, partake. And also one part of our work, we've discovered, that this is nature, things live here. I mean, it's not just woods. I mean, all the different type of trees, insects, animals. We found baby rabbits, woodchucks, all sorts of bees, wasps. It just really opened our eyes to the reality that things live here. And this has made me a lot more conscious about the environment around me. So I hope that it's kept up, and I'll definitely do my part in my lifetime to keep up with nature too.
and I also want to make sure that we, thank Julie Kelly for her work to set all of this up. Really, these guys have done the trail construction, but before you can start to build a trail, there's a lot of work that goes into plotting it out, getting the permissions from different property owners, getting the city on board, getting the neighborhood associations kind of rallying all the different groups that are interested, and getting people to really work together to make it happen. So I think Julie deserves a round of applause for doing that.
Thank you. And my partner at the trustees on that is Kelly Whitmore, who could not be here today. But also at Government Center and a lot of the departments, but who could be here is Jane DiBiasio, who is the grant writer for the city, who has been working on grants so that we can continue this pathway and make it happen. People have responded very favorably, from the school department to South Point, the Bruce Bannister construction, the National Grid and National Guard are all on board or getting there with this project.
Just heard from these young folks, a true collaboration. The Conservation Youth Corps doing this great work, this collaboration with the neighborhood associations, with Father Kelly, representatives from Niagara, Maplewood, the South End, Richard Urban, who has been really a conduit and a thrust behind developing Cook Pond and a pathway, and hopefully, you know, if you could only have the vision, and I know you guys can because you've been out there, of a walking path completely around Cook Pond. It's possible. We can do that. It's not, you know, inconceivable. You know, and when we look at partnership, of course, I left out the private partnership of South Point and the great people who, you know, are allowing that space to be used, good partners in government. I have an announcement to make, and that announcement is something we were holding off on. We were going to make it at the South End neighborhood meeting on the first Thursday of the month, which is only a few days, but for the past several months, since February, Senator Rodrick's, State Representative Paul Schmidt, and I have been meeting with the commissioners and folks from the game, fishery and games, and we've been able to secure $500,000, $500,000 for a new fishing pier, new parking lot. We've also, thank you. We've also, and that's a big deal in today's, you know, constricted budgets that we have to deal with. To get that $500,000, and worked with Mayor Flanagan so that we could ensure that that street would be one of the first paved after that construction is completed. So we'll have Henry Street completely paved. We'll have a parking lot with cameras, with a boat ramp, with a fishing pier that will have lighting. And, you know, this adds to what the work that you've done. Now look at that vision. Now look at the possibility, the probability of how soon, you know, we say, well, 5-6 years to take ramps down or to build bridges. No, we can do that sooner than that. We can actually have a walking path that around Cook Pond, and think of what that would be like. You know, for years, those of us who've lived up here, we've always seen that in the background. You know, Cook Pond, a dirty place where the mills pump their debris into, and no longer is that the case. It's clean water. I used to get slapped by my father for swimming there when I was a child 50 years ago because it was dangerous. It was dangerous. It was dirty. It was tires deep down there, cars, junk. No longer the case. So imagine that beautified, a place where we can recreate and actually go out with boats and fish. The other thing is we're going to have it restocked with fish, which is a major thing, and that's on the horizon. So it's some great things. Again, Senator Rodrick's wanted to be here also, and Representative Schmidt, but I want to emphasize the work that they did in this project, because without that collaboration, none of this is done alone. It's always done because of a team, and you're all part of that team. So I want to thank you, and this is a great day, Julie. Thank you for what you're doing, and hopefully maybe we'll be meeting here next year, and we'll be opening up another half mile or mile, and imagine that we could actually make it around. You know, like I say, you know, you look at that point to the south where those apartments are. That's Sophia. That's already beautified. You know, people at McGovern's have beautified that area along there. So we don't have a heck of a lot longer to go. We don't have 15 miles. We can actually do this. So thank you, everyone, all the neighborhood associations, and all you guys. Thank you very much.
I want to just say a couple more words about, you know, these things always take a vision, and they take a lot of different people working in different capacities. Mass in Motion is under the umbrella of the Healthy City Fall River Initiative, and Dr. Dave Weed, right here, the photographer, is the director of that enterprise, and so much going on. And after today, probably by tonight, you can go to the healthycityfallriver.org website, and see pictures of yourselves, and as you have before. But it's a wonderful way to see the activity, the level of activity that is happening in this community to make it a better community. And Dr. Valancourt is here from the health department, and there are other people that Michael Labasia from the also from the city water department, who works at the bioreserve, the Southeastern Mass Bioreserve, another incredible resource. Mass in Motion, as I said before, the effort is to reduce childhood obesity in Fall River, and by creating even awareness of these resources and access, creating access to them, is an important effort that we all need to be engaged in. So I want to thank everybody that has been involved, and invite you all to lunch and to a beautiful walk down to the pond to see the pathway. So you can grab something to eat first and take it with you, or vice versa.
I would think that it would be tested first before I would.
My big thing about this is that that water was swimmable, then you could make it a recreation sign.
Right.
And then, you know.
Exactly.
And you could,
Yes, give them a hand.
Is there lemonade here too?
My daughter just put in a fire pit in her backyard, and so every time we go over there for dinner,